short postponement, the fleet got away at the first time of asking for race 1. The leaders popped out of the pin end of the start line, making the best of the start, making their way to the left-hand side of the course, where there was better pressure, but also an expected knock.
I was super excited to get a float for the Dittisham Open, as the forecast of a building wind is always something to look forward to. My game plan was to get the best start possible and to stay out of trouble.
The River Dart looked serene, but we weren't going to be fooled by that sucker breeze that lay around the corner in Dartmouth. Once on the water, the breeze turned a bit hostile, and I was hit by repeated Dittisham gust bombs. For me, gradually tactics went out of the window as my pink solo Maisie T began to get hit and flattened by an ever-growing volley of gusts, and not always from the same direction.
Once coming back towards the windward mark, it was clear that the left-hand side had paid further, and it was Will Loy and Charlie Nunn that had caught Ollie Turner to make for a close windward mark rounding.
The wind was flicking all over the place and building before the start, and so was my heart rate building.
Controls on the beat were on tight. Outhaul, Cunningham, kicker, traveller off a bit, board up a third, hiking conservatively, knowing that an unexpected wind shift would send me into a backward flip into the Dart. At the windward mark, bear off carefully, board up 2/3, kicker off, but not too much, Cunningham off, and shift the aching body aft and pray nothing gets too close, because now Maisie T has a mind of her own, dodging capsized boats and trying not to smirk too much, because what goes around comes round.
After a few laps, Ollie Turner had extended his lead to win comfortably over Charlie Nunn, with lots of place changes behind. For race 2, the breeze had in fact picked up, and with the same characters at the pin end, they all started and headed out to the left-hand side of the course, just as a big right-hand shift had come in on the start and had taken the fleet inside of them higher and higher. On the first beat, I'd
tried to get myself a lane of clear air, and I was working hard to keep the boat flat, but always the guys ahead just seemed to be flatter and hiking more, but that's work in progress. Coming up to the top mark was quite crowded, but lovely to find a position and go round and let the full force of the wind take you on the downwind track, and picking the right moment to jibe.
Followed local hero Will up the left-hand side of the course on race 2, and seeing the rest of the fleet cream away downwind reassured me sometimes even the locals' knowledge can be called into question. But hang on a minute, that's Matt, my bro, going round the windward mark in race number 2 in second place. What on earth is going on?
Three beats was certainly a good workout, and I was really relieved when I saw the blue finishing flag flying, which meant that we could go through the gate for one last time and have that wonderful feeling of finishing the race, having a breather and looking forward to the next.
Look, 3 races done, a superb solo open meeting. A bit battered and bruised, realising again race prep is important, something we'd failed to do the night before. A great event, a friendly place to visit, picturesque setting and super weather. Thanks to all for organising, and now for a 7-hour drive home.
Despite comfortable gaps, there was no such thing as a guaranteed win, with many wind shifts bringing people back into the game throughout the race, and many holes and gusts downwind to keep it very open. After a few laps of great racing, running down the last run, John Steels managed to get on a flyer of a gust and cruised right on up to Ollie Turner, who had to sail defensively to stop him from taking the lead and the win. Coming into the finish line, Ollie managed to get just ahead of John Steels and take the win, with John a well-deserved second.